Hey everybody, this is DELO and welcome to my garage, but also my in-home gym. I'm going to give you a tour, show you a lot of the stuff that I utilize, show you some of the stuff that I've acquired over the years, and give you a little bit of an explanation of the workouts that I do, why I do them, and the convenience of having an at-home gym in your garage, especially being a busy entrepreneur, midlife, in your 50s, 40s, 60s, whatever it is, because I don't have to drive to the gym's right out that door. Before we get into it, make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment. You obviously can't have a garage without Charmin and toilet paper. So just in case you're working out so hard, and you gotta go to the bathroom, you just do it right here because we got toilet paper. Just kidding. My wife decides to put that in my fitness stuff. But what we do have is we have ab roller. Love doing this to get your abs, in shape, rolling it on the ground. I've got all sorts of like bands that I utilize, fitness bands that you can do all sorts of stretching exercises and pull exercises. I even have a Gore Nation. I like this company. This is a good little travel bag that has a whole bunch of bands and alternative stuff in there. So you can actually travel and do fitness with bands and body weight, which is great. A mat, because it does get a little bit hard on the ground. I do have this is a sandbag by Rogue. So this is full of sand. It's about 50 pounds of sand that I'll sometimes carry around the neighborhood and people look at me funny. And then I've got weighted vest. This is a company friend of mine helped with. It's called Ion. And this is actually a weighted vest that fits pretty snug onto your body. I like working out with this thing. And then as you can see, fits like a glove. Good 8 pounds of just kind of walking weight. Can never go too far without your walking hat. So ready to hike the mountain with the vest and the walking hat. Yeah, and just some other like loose end sort of stuff. I have a weight belt here that I utilize to put weight down to the bottom of it, and I'll do pull-ups with the weights, attached to the belt like so. Sure, we got some video of that stuff, but that's kind of what's in the closet here. Not a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I do have these wedges here. These are great. I use these on leg day. These will go kind of down here like this, and it'll put your you can put your heels out at like an incline like this. And you can get a really good deep squat with these sorts of things. So it's a little bit different than just being on flat ground. You're up on your heels. And so these are great to have. Just looking for alternative ways to do different exercises to work different muscles. So that is what's in the magic closet here. So now we'll look at the gym itself. This is taking a while, a little bit dirty, but as you can see, I've got some mats here. This is a 2-car garage, very standard house that we live in, about 2,000 square feet, a little less. But I've got it all set up to where it makes sense. My wife can park her car in here. Essential, like anybody doing anything, a pull-up bar is essential, but even before weights, bench, anything like that. Because again, being able to have something like this, to be able to like hang in the morning, stretch, to do pull-ups, to do, leg lifts, whatever it is, this is if you're gonna put anything in your garage, put this in. As you can see, it doesn't take up a lot of room. It's high, it's out of the way, but I use that on a weekly basis, if not, 2-3 times a week. The other thing that I purchased from Rogue, which is an amazing company here, is this rack. And this rack helps me to be able to do bench press, to do squats, to do all the things that you can do in a major gym. These things actually come out and you can move them, up, down, just pertaining to where you, wherever you want the bar to go. So, and then I got a Rogue bench, and this thing's amazing. Very sturdy, very heavy. It comes with a thing here where I can put something and I can do decline. I can do sit-ups, I can do all sorts of stuff, but this thing is so heavy, it's really actually hard to move, to tell you the truth. But it has wheels, so that's why cavemen invented wheels. Your standard, TRX. This is great for pulling exercises. So good for warming up. It's good for having, stability when you want to do leg squats, stuff like that. So these are great. I have my bar hanging here. Again, if you know how to be handy or have a good handyman and you're able to, back this stuff up with the right screws or whatever, you can, it's 45 pounds. It's been hanging here for years and it's great. This is a step up mechanism. I use this thing for all sorts of stuff, putting weights on. This is an extra bench that I have. So this just comes right off of here like this. No big deal. So if I need to move from one bench to another to do different exercises, depending on what I'm doing, got kettlebells, obviously dumbbells, easy bar curl here, which is great. So basically I have 3 coaches. At 50, you would think you wouldn't need to be held accountable, but I think you need to be held accountable even more as you get older because we tend to think like we know everything. But I have a coach that sends me workouts, via Excel spreadsheet. I mark down when I can the weight that I'm utilizing. A lot of this workout I've been out of town, so I haven't had this with me. But then when I'm in the garage, I do like to write down the workout that I'm doing, and then I will just cross these off as I do them. 90 here means 90 seconds rest in between each set. I'll do this exercise, 0 rest, and then I'll do this, and then 90 seconds rest. These numbers here are actually the speed at which I do them at. So, if it's a 4, it's gonna be basically, I bring the weight up and then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then immediately up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll count. And that's just a time under tension thing that I've been taught how to do. My weight rack, this is great. This has been a godsend because these things were all laying flat after a while. And here is what a 50-year-old man decides to do when he gets bored. I will be competing in this show. So if you're watching this after October 19th, it hasn't come up yet, but this is in another 2.5 weeks. I'll be on stage competing at this. It's fun. It gives me a goal. Not, I take it seriously, but not that seriously. It's kind of one of those things like, it's kind of like for me running a race. I used to run a lot of 5Ks and half marathons. I would always be, let's just say, inner competitive with myself, right? Because I'd show up and I'd want to run as fast as I could. Well, it's the same with this. Like I want to show up and I'm not really getting on stage to, go out flex a bunch of old dudes, right? I'm going up there to show that I've put together my ideal body for the time and place that I'm at, and just to kind of show it to everybody else that shows up there. So it's kind of fun. This thing I've had probably 5-6 years. This is fun. Every morning I'll bring this miniature trampoline out, and this helps with just getting your lymph nodes all kind of like getting all the crud and everything that's just, distilled inside of your body flowing again. And so you have several, lymph nodes. I can't tell you exactly where they all are. I just know that there's, here and here and here, and just areas where what happens is when we become stationary too much, everything just kind of compartmentalizes in certain, areas, and you become stiff and you're not as healthy with blood flow and all that. So this just helps me every day just kind of get loosened up and do that sort of thing. And it's pretty enjoyable. So, and anybody can do it. Like my mom's 75 and she's got one of those in her room, and that's her exercise. We've got an assault bike. This thing's horrible. Absolutely horrible, actually. I try not to use it that much. I would like to get rid of it, but it's too expensive and my wife would kill me. So, I'll either ride for leisure, but it's a lot. You're moving this fan and it just exerts a lot of energy and takes a lot out of you. So that's pretty much what I have in here. I will work out here probably 3 times a week. I work out at Jeremy Scott Fitness actually twice a week, and then I have 2 times a week I will do calisthenics out in the park with base theory training with Michael, and then in between all that, I get 10,000 steps a day, make sure that I'm eating correctly and doing all that sort of stuff. But the point of showing you all this and putting all this together is because when we're at a point in our lives where we don't necessarily want to drive all the way to the gym and take the time to go there, and then what if we have appointments after and we have to shower and do all this. This gives me 0 excuses. All I do is have my coffee, I roll out of bed, I get this done. If you look, I have beautiful mountain views. I mean, no complaints here. Great scenery. I'm no longer single, so I don't need the scenery of the gym. I have a beautiful wife at home and a beautiful mountain in front of my house. So this is good enough for me, and it's perfect. I can blast whatever music I want, how I want. I can film stuff. I can do whatever I need to do here. And once I'm done, I'm done. And every time I clean up my own gym, and it's a good little process. So starts my day off right, and just to know that I have this here. And I gotta tell you, during the pandemic, everybody was reaching out to come work out in my driveway. It was kind of funny because I had already had this stuff. So, it's my wife, and it's Kimberly K. DiLorenzo, the hot stuff. This is the gym of DELO. You're more than welcome to come and work out with me. Not really. This is my private little secret domain. But as you watch my channel and you see me doing certain things, if you can pick up certain aspects or you want to know about certain equipment that I have or what I utilize or how I utilize it, please feel free to reach out. And I'm just a generic, everyday 50-year-old man that's got, you know, a couple companies and just doing my best to keep all of this in line as I keep this in line as I help others. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please comment below. Check out my podcast on the DELO and check out my affiliates. I got some great affiliates that I like to utilize a lot.